Follows the trail of greed and ambition that saw two Alberta-based banks go under recently. He's written a fascinating book about it, and he tells Arts Alberta the horror story. And we find out more about a new program to help our Alberta performers grow and develop. We've got something interesting developing here this afternoon on Arts Alberta. Stick around and get the picture. Jim Serediak is a small-town Alberta singer-composer who has carved a unique niche for himself in our music scene. He writes small, intimate, atmospheric songs that sing of the joys of the countryside, ecology, native culture, even the city from time to time, and the more traditional subjects of love, lost and found. Jim Serediak.
Skyscape orchestra, windbreak song of earth of women of men. Passes late like farmhouse tractor at a distance. Had some people dry in the wind. I've been on these roads before 1,000,000 times or more. Memories that they store of home. Pulling through the driveway, sun is waving one glow, peeking in the mirror of my car. My dogs are chasing shadows, fur with sheen like rainbow, brush against the fields near and far. You wait on the house front step. Countless times I've been met, the reassuring warmth I get of home. I feel it by your side, but you're so blind that I'm back home. Can't help but be away. You know how weary hearts must linger in the spaces like fragile crust of dark on the dawn. Words once left unspoken flash across the table, tumble out like beats from a jar. Oh, how we grow with time, share feelings we once confined. Though we're older we can't forget of home. God for those who love us for what we are. Heaven only knows we all may be someone shining
From his 1985 recording titled Liberating Light, that was Jim Serediak and a song called Of Home. Recently, Serediak came to our Arts Alberta studios where he recorded this interview with Colin MacLean.
You write, in essence, mood music, atmospheric music.
Yeah, it's been called that a lot. Sure.
What are you trying to say with it? Are you trying to make some sort of statement, or are you just trying to entertain us?
I think with some of the last songs, I have been trying to make a statement. I've really sort of extended myself into the wildlife conservation movement Not that I've joined any groups or anything like that, but I really feel like I've got a number of songs now that have that conservation message, and I really hope that just by doing these songs, it may change some people's impressions on the way we're relating to animals and the land and what we're doing. But the earlier ones were more just kind of lyricscapes or, soundscapes and things like that.
Do you worry about being commercial, about selling 1 million records?
No, it doesn't really bother me a lot. I worry about being able to do this over an extended period of time, being able to play. Now, if I can do that, regardless of whether I sell records or whether I have mass appeal either, because so far it's been pretty well kind of cult small audiences. But as long as I can keep playing and keep playing with the band and keep improving, I'll be happy. Of course, a record would be, good selling record would be nice.
There's something I've always wondered, particularly in composition. Does one compose differently at the piano than one does at the guitar, than one does sitting just putting black notes on a sheet of paper? Do you think the guitar tends to dictate the atmosphere and the mood of the songs to an extent?
Yeah, I think you're right there. I've done a little composing on the piano, and just the inadequacy of my piano playing has really affected the way I wrote on there. So no doubt. And of course everybody relates something with the guitar, they relate. Well, for instance, full guitar, they relate kind of Bob Dylan-ish, Leonard Cohen kind of things. Electric guitar is different, of course.
There seem to be chordal structures and sounds on a guitar that seem to be inimical to the instrument. You may be able to make the same structures on a piano, but somehow they don't give you the same kind of intimacy. Is that the word?
Yeah, intimacy, and just the timbre seems to bring different images. I also like to use a lot of open tunings on the guitar, which give it a further different kind of atmospheres that you can create with those things. Whereas if you're playing the piano, you can't do those sort of things.
Could you explain opening tuning for me?
Open tunings?
Open tuning.
Well, basically, it's not using the standard kind of tuning that a guitar uses. So you can tune the guitar to a C chord, and it gives you a real kind of a real open sound, real melodic, things like that.
You pursue only your own music. Did you ever consider doing other people's?
Yeah, I've worked a little bit playing other people's materials, but I'll be candid here. When you're starting, especially when you're a songwriter, you're not well known, and well, what happens is you end up doing 5 of your songs, right? That nobody knows, and then you do one of someone else's, like Bob Dylan or whatever. And they really enjoy that song, and it makes you feel like your songs aren't very good, right? You get a terrific applause for that song, and yours just kind of keep flowing along. So I've decided that, well, basically I'm really, right at this point, only interested in doing mine just because of the way the writing has gone.
So we won't see any cover albums. Jim Serediak sings Bruce Coburn or something like that.
No, I don't think so, no.
What is it you hope will happen with the new records and your career? Where are you going to go?
Well, I wish I knew. What I would like to do is be able to do concerts and folk festivals across the country, and get radio play and just be able to keep doing my music. It's such a hard thing to be a musician, because you've got to have food on the table, and also you've got to, at some point you end up having to make compromises. You end up having to do the kind of musical work that perhaps you're not interested in, but the kind that other people are interested in attending, just to get bread on the table. So I would hope to be able to, get my music out there on record and on radio, and to be able to do concerts.
You have a new record. How important are these records?
Very important, I think. I primarily have been selling them at concerts, and they're just a further, well, it's a way for the music to get out there, because I don't get the opportunity to play live that often. Although it's been improving a little bit with the Edmonton Folk Festival appearance this last summer, and the North Country Fair and things like that, but still, it's a fair bit of space in between those things. So at least if the tapes are out there and people are listening to them, perhaps, by word of mouth and from friend to friend, the music gets around a bit.
Good luck.
Thank you very much.
Singer-songwriter Jim Serediak in conversation with Colin MacLean. Now, music from Jim's new recording. This is a song called I've Got This Song.
passion, and I see desperation's eyes. 'Cause I've got this song, and I've got this rhythm for tomorrow night. I've got this love like rain pouring down, down to wash away my sorrow. Some would rather be alone, others would just as soon have stayed at home. Another day of dread despair. All this complaining really isn't fair. We're living in a world of such potential, but I sense a certain waste. And I've got this song, I've got this passion for tomorrow night. I've got this love like a rainbow's brush, down to brush away my sorrow. Sometimes life is kind of strange, so many feelings in human range, but life's too short to fight and fuss. There's only time enough to make the best of us. If only we could concentrate on caring, we could close desperation's eyes. And I've got this song, I've got this vision for tomorrow night. I've got this love like a rainbow's brush, down to brush away my sorrow. I've got this song, and I've got this passion for tomorrow night. I've got this love like rain pouring down, down to wash away my sorrow.
Jim Serediak from his new cassette recording called All of This Earth. And for those of you who are charmed, as we are, by the well-crafted and intimate songs of the singer-composer, that address was